Hey guys, it's Tiny I'm Logan back with another video for you. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Corsair Gaming Void Surround, because it's not just the Void, it's the surround as well. And essentially this is a new one with Dolby USB 7.1 adapter, and it's got Dolby 7.1 headphone support. Excuse me. They say it's got long wearing comfort. Anyway, right, so I'm not going to go through all the specs and all that type of stuff with you at the moment, because box. And some people do get very excited about a fresh box. And this is so fresh that even I've not seen it yet. So we'll just get the old girl undressed. Da, 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 da. Yeah, clothes are off. Now I need to break the seal. Taking the box's virginity. Oh yes! Bosh, spread those flaps, Tom. Anyway, right. So, the box comes open. It's all very yellow. It's all very Corsair Gaming yellow. It's all actually quite nice as well. It's actually really sturdy, which might sound daft, but when you get to experience so many boxes, it's actually nice sometimes when you do find something that looks like it's built to last. Although why you want to build a box to last, I don't know. Look at this, look. I'm not even joking, yeah. It's all totally wedged in there. It's obviously not going to be the type of video that you're going to want to watch every day, but you like my lunacy, or at least I hope you do. So we're trying to get it all out. So if you are actually interested in buying one of these, you know that the box is going to take you at least 10 seconds to get into, or if you're me, trying to do it stood behind a tripod, a little bit longer. Now straight away, what I'm already quite excited about is the red, and it is a really nice red. That's a properly nice red. I'm a bit of a colour shade fiend, so this is actually kind of nice. Does that come undone? Yes, it does. Look, poing! Right, did you hear it go ping? Fetishes is ooh. You see, it's all notched. It's not smooth. There's little latches on it. Now they do say, while we're playing with the microphone, they do say that it's a unidirectional noise cancelling microphone, so it makes voices loud and clear and nothing else. So they say, which will be kind of nice. So, I'm really sorry. I should have taken a little bit more time to have ripped that bit off. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this with one hand, but anyway. So round to the other side. Get ready. Get ready. We're going to peel the plastic together. Oh, my knees are going weak. Rip it off! Yes! So, it actually looks really nice. I mean, look at that. I've heard a lot about, this is my first Void, I have to say, but I have heard these are meant to be incredibly comfortable. But they certainly do feel amazing. That cup is so soft. But they do say that it's a microfiber wrapped memory foam. So it should be good for really long sessions. And then it's got genuine Dolby 7.1 headphone support. So 7.1 channels of accurate and immersive surround. Although, just to be clear, 7.1 channels, but there is just a single 50mm driver inside here. But they say it's efficient and deliver staggering bass, scintillating highs and towering dynamic range. Now when Brian reviewed these on the actual main website before, or one of the other versions I should say, like the original versions, he did say that the noise reproduction on these was spot on. Woo, hello! That's all kind of cool. Anyway, so what we do have is a 3.5mm jack there, and then what you have is, I'm just opening the wrapper now, a USB Dolby, and it is proper Dolby. It's actually got, hopefully it will catch up. I always end up standing here for ages. It's because I zoomed it in so fast. Anyway, that is a Dolby logo. There we go, it's catching up. There we go. Dolby logo, Dolby headphone logo. So, USB adapter. You plug the 3.5mm in that, and then they all talk together, all lovely. And you do need to use this to be able to get the full set of usage out of it. I don't know whether we've got extra layers on this. Yeah, there's a couple of extra connections on this 3.5mm, so that's obviously what this is for. And these all light up and everything as well, so you can get all funky monkey with that. There is a button here, look. Don't forget, this is literally the first time I've seen these, so I couldn't have prepared. So you've got a button there to be able to mute the mic, smack the side of your head and that goes away. Oh, look, you've got a volume down here as well. Lovely. Again, I am going to get to, I was just looking to see if this was removable, but obviously you wouldn't want to because it's the only input. But the good thing about these is where it has got that 3.5mm adapter, it does say that it does have controller support. So you can use it with your X-Bone or your PlaySmeg 4 or whatever you want to call them. So you can use them for your controllers as well. You're probably wondering, why has it got a controller? Because Rocket League. So that's our look. I actually really like the nice broken red down the side. I'm just going to see whether we can move this around to see whether it was... Oh yeah, you can. I was just making sure, because again, don't forget, I can't have prepared for this because you're seeing the first time I've seen them as well. Lovely. Right, so that is our first look at the headphones themselves, and don't forget the little Dolby adapter. But I think what I need to do now is go and grab a few of the boys from the Overclock 3D forums, get Rocket League fired up and see how long I can have these on my head. So onto the software, and stick with me on this because this one's actually quite cool. So you do get lots of profiles and all kinds of stuff, but the most important thing is you do have some settings that you can go in and just click in and change really easily. But you can also go in and make up your own custom equalizers and that sort of thing as well. But what you can also do is you can go in and you can we'll edit this profile, but you can save it as your own. So you could save it as, you know, TTL test, for example, but then you can also link it to a program. So that could mean that if you open TeamSpeak, for example, it will instantly go into the clear voice option that you had before, or a custom set one, but you could set it so that the clear chat would open if you had TeamSpeak open, or if you opened your let's say iTunes or Windows Media Player or whatever you use for your audio, it would then instantly go into either Pure Direct or Bass Boost, however you want it. So there's lots of options, and you can actually set 5 profiles for that. So you can set one for gaming, one for music, one for films. It's really handy. But something clever happens when you have the Void and a keyboard on at the same time. Now I'm going to have to turn the lights off to be able to show you this properly, but essentially what happens is if you go in, I've got the Strafe RGB silent and it's lush, it's just so quiet, it's amazing. But essentially what we can do is you go into Strafe RGB, and this will work with any of the RGB ones, by the way. Go into lighting, and you can see we've just got the visor here, but you can go into this and then scroll down a bit, and then magically here, Void Playback Visualizer. Now I've not got any music running at the moment, but I will do, because I'm going to come down here and turn it on. And they finally, and this is built in, this isn't a custom mod or anything like that, we finally got the keyboard with a visualizer going on. So that's pretty cool. I really like this. This was something when I originally reviewed the RGB keyboards, I said it would be amazing if they could do something like this. And it started off in the Corsair community, but now it's actually made it out into the main branded software, which I think is absolutely awesome. Now obviously this can be set along with a profile, so that when you have it on music it will go on this, and you can have something entirely different. If you were to open BF4, all of the lighting profiles and the audio profiles and everything can all be set to change together, which I personally think is awesome. Okay then, so the award, and we're going to give it the Gold Award. Now, one thing I do have to say is this is actually the first Void that I've had here, which is actually kind of cool, because it means that I know I'm jumping in kind of late, but it also means I get to play catch up a little bit as well, because we have reviewed because it's obviously not just me on OC3D, but we have reviewed the other Voids on the main website. So this was actually pretty cool. Obviously, red, let's face it, it's kind of my colour anyway, red and white, it's all good, it's all good. But I do like my audio, and the audio on these is very strong. And I mean, they're actually really clear. For the money, they're incredible headphones, let's put it that way. And bringing the Dolby side of it down to the 3.5mm jack is obviously really good as well. But I mean, we've got the 3.5mm jack, like I said, but you do need to use that Dolby add-on, which does make a big difference as well, especially when you're in game for locating and all that sort of thing. But then also, we've got all these new profiles that you can get in and smash on. You've got the way it all ties in with the keyboard now, which is a new thing with this gen as well. It's not been able to happen before, and it's something that's been kind of, pardon me, sneaked in. But I absolutely love it, because it was one of the things that, as I've already said, that I actually mentioned in the original review. I thought it'd be amazing if they could get that going. So the fact that it's all come through the community, it does show that how Corsair are working with the end users and the enthusiasts as well, which I personally love. Now, one thing I will say is that the price on these is going to be $69.99, but for 2 weeks from launch, so 2 weeks from the day that this video goes live, so from the 22nd onwards, they're going to be taking £10 off. And it's something that they've wanted me to say, and it's not something that I normally mention, but you'll be able to go on to all the big e-tailers in the US and the UK, and you'll be able to get that discount if you're interested. So all good. I suppose the only thing that they're lacking over the some of the other models are the RGB on the side, but that's basically down to the connections, and you'd end up having to have loads of wires and all that sort of thing. But the other thing with these really is if you've got the USB adapter, so you get the Dolby benefits, but you can then still, if you want, take these off and then plug them into your controller, for argument's sake. So you've got multi-platform support, but when you hook them up to your PC, you have that Dolby sexiness, is the way I should be putting it. So you get that 7.1ness, but without having to be locked to the USB, which then means you can't go onto the other platforms. And that's really the point about these. Yes, you do lose the RGB, but you get the expandability and the multi-platform support along with the Dolby on the PC, which is pretty damn good considering the price that they're asking for them as well. And like I said, I like my music, and I actually enjoyed listening to music on these. But the other thing is I played a couple of games with the boys off the forums over the weekend, and we were talking with the microphone, and that's actually much, much clearer than the older set of headphones that I've got here from Corsair, although to be fair, they're a couple of years old now. The other thing is I was going to film us with me talking, and I was going to do the conclusion with the headphones on, but thanks to my camera actually needs like a stronger voltage signal. So like, for argument's sake, my radio mic set's actually it's kind of amped, is the best way that I can put it. So on a PC and a desktop, this is absolutely fine, but for my camera, it's my camera's fault, not the headphones' fault. So I did think about those things, and I was going to do them, and I thought it would be amazing. But in the end, I would needed to have got a little preamp for it, and obviously with video constraints and time constraints and trying to get stuff done, it wasn't feasible. But anyway, I can say, and you can talk to the boys on the Overclock 3D forums, that the microphone was amazingly better than it has been on some of the older Corsair. So there was a couple of weeks ago we were playing, and they heard it, and they were all taking the mickey out of me because it sounded terrible, or worse than all their fancy desk mics. And then I came on with this, and they were like, wow, Tom, you sound so much clearer. So that to me was a good enough thing for me to be able to bring it up and say, yes, the microphone is pretty spot on. So good price, good audio, lovely little funky things that you can play around with in the software. I really like the fact that you can change profiles as well, and you can set certain things, you know, as I've explained here, so you can have the clear voice for TeamSpeak, and then you can have your music come on, and you might want it with bass boosted or something if you're a bit of a bass junkie and your mum moans at you and you have your you don't have your headphones on. So you've got all of those things that you can just sit and tweak and play around with. You can then lock those profiles down to things for your keyboard. So if you're bass junkie, have your keyboard all lighting up and dancing all over the place, then you can have another one where it only lights up the keys that you need for a certain game. It's pretty endless. You are locked to a certain amount of profiles, so you can't have endless amounts of them. Maybe that will get changed later, I don't know. but 5 is better than none. So that's all good. It's all good in the hood. So simple, dimple, not going to go round and round in circles like I normally do, but OC3D Gold Award. And the best thing about them, right at the very end, is when you're wearing them, it looks like you're in a helicopter, apparently. So tiny, Sister Logan told me anyway. Helicopter? Yeah, what do you think? Am I mad? Yeah, probably. Anyway, for now at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan with the Corsair Void Surround review out. Ding!